Another episode. Welcome, man. So we're really excited. You guys will have already heard it by now, but we just found the intro song.
That dope intro song that y'all heard at the beginning of this video and the video before that.
And he's editing in right now.
Yeah, throw a couple in there.
So yeah, we found that. We're super excited about that.
Yeah, man.
We had been looking for a little while, trying to find the perfect fit, and this was everything that we were looking for.
It was the kind of thing that just hit.
Hell
Leave
yeah.
a comment down below if you like the intro song.
Yeah, let us know.
And make sure you stick around for the outro song.
And we also found the intro video that we want, that you guys will have already seen. The logo you guys will have already seen. So this is all part of like our creative process, trying to give you guys more than just two random guys just on here talking about their shitty lives.
Kind of documenting the experience.
Yeah, we got a bunch of video content, and we're gonna release all that.
All that.
Just
need Peg to get on his P's and Q's.
So yeah, it's exciting stuff. Something I wanted to talk to you about that I've been just getting into recently. I've tried it before, so I'm talking about meditation.
Okay.
So I've tried meditation before in my life, and I've always kind of had trouble. Well, anytime that I have tried it, I've had trouble like really being fully into it and being able to just committing to it, because you have so many outside thoughts and it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
So I thought I've done it before, but I never really saw like any results from it, or didn't feel any type of way that made me feel different. So there's an app. There's a bunch of different apps, but specifically I found this one for meditation, and I was like, fuck it, let me try it. So the past couple of days when I get home from work, instead of like listening to a podcast or listening to music, going right towards that, I'll go in my room, sit calm, comfortably, and start playing this audio, and they walk you through the process. And it's somebody telling you like what to do. So my thoughts aren't scattered. I'm like being instructed on how to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm finally able to like give in and be fully there. And it's like, dude, it's really crazy, man. It's kind of helped me mentally and clear up some things. And, not that I was skeptical about it before, but I just didn't see anything from it before.
Gotcha.
So the fact now that, it's still hard. It's still really hard to do. It's something that you have to get better at. But like I'm starting to adopt it, and I've been doing it every day for the past 5 days. And I did it today before the podcast. And it's just like, it's really cool, man.
I knew you looked different.
You think so?
No, man. Now that sounds cool. I think it's kind of like, just getting to a more quiet place, a more focused place on self. I mean, you're really kind of becoming one with yourself, so to speak.
Yeah, and for me, that's something that I don't do often. Like, my brain is
Nobody does, man.
Yeah. My brain is so wired to just like on to the next thing, like thoughts and everything just like goes so quick, like a mile a minute. So, even after I'm done, I won't jump right into something. Like I'm just sitting there in my thoughts and, just doing what we've been talking about here on the podcast, just trying to make these little steps of like self-improvement and using the tools around me to, try to.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, I'm not just trying to talk about on here like, oh, this is what people do. And, these are struggles that we all have together. And this is something, one step forward that, I'm trying something out, and it's been pretty cool so far. It's only been a week, but I'll keep you guys updated.
Cole talks about that.
Yeah. A lot of people meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything you just said. I know we've touched on it before, but like people just get so consumed with their day-to-day lives and the grind, and yeah, man, often forget to pour into themselves.
Have you ever tried it?
Meditations? No, I haven't. Actually, which is kind of surprising to think about. I would have thought that I would have by now.
Yeah, and like I said, I've tried it before, but I couldn't get anything out of it. And this thing really like walks you through it, and it's just it's really cool.
You got the music and everything.
It's just no, I
A
don't
little
think
feng
there's
shui.
any music. It's more about like breathing and like being aware of the things around you, but your eyes are closed and like your
Okay.
senses start to rise, and then you do like a body scan of like different things and impulses you're feeling like throughout your body. Like for you, it'd be your
Okay. My
ankle,
ankle.
you know. But
Meditation.
just just being more at one with your body. I know it sounds
No, yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Becoming one with yourself, so to speak.
Yeah,
You're just
it's
getting
cool
more in
shit,
tune
man.
with
So
yourself.
I'm still like not good at it. Like my mind wanders at moments. So I look forward to like just like with anything, with practice, you get better at it, and it'd be cool if you tried it out.
No, that's actually interesting because the way that I was originally thinking about it is kind of like a linear process where it's a temporary thing. You do it as like almost an exercise, if you will,
Exactly.
and then it lifts a little weight off your shoulders. But I don't think that's the purpose necessarily. Like you said, it's something that you got to work at and try to get better with. And what I think it's really doing is over time, trying to help you just become more self aware. So that you carry that on with you throughout your day to day life. You're at work and you're working, and although you've got all the noise around you,
Yeah.
because you've built up such a mental muscle, if you will, you're now, better able to maybe tune those things out, still be able to focus on your breathing, focus on yourself.
That's like the journey that I'm on. Like I
Yeah.
really want to like just start to let things go and to like not let it have so much control over me. I know you said like you've been stressing out about these things that you're working on and trying to get done, and
Yeah.
if you tried this out, I think you would benefit a lot from it.
I agree.
It just takes it all back a little bit because that's why I do it when I get home from work, because like it could be like a stressful day, or like you're thinking about, all right, I got to do this like, and it keeps the time of how much time you've meditated. It like gives you little trophies for like, all right, you did 4 days in a row. You've
Gotcha.
dedicated this amount of
That's
time.
cool.
Like, and it's just all for yourself too.
Right.
So for the most part, when it comes to like my mental health or like just how I'm feeling, usually I don't even put 5 minutes towards that.
Yeah.
But now I know for a fact I've put over an hour specifically, not on my phone. Well, it is on my phone. It is an app, but it's over there. I'm not like
Yeah.
looking at it. My eyes are
Eyes
closed.
are closed.
But it's really cool, man.
Oh, okay.
So like first I did just a 5 minute one, and it was so weird. The first day, like I was so into it that like I'm sitting there and it's almost like I'm asleep, but I'm not asleep.
Okay.
But that's how deep into it I was. Where like it's almost like I wasn't in control. I was like I wasn't even there. Like it was so weird. So then now I've been doing the 10-minute one.
Okay.
And eventually I'm going to do the 20-minute one, and I just want to do what we've been talking about and dedicate some time to myself, and it does make things a little bit clearer, especially when you have a billion things going on in your mind. In those moments for 10 minutes, I don't.
Yeah.
And then right when I pop out of it, I'm not like right back to, all right, I gotta do this. Like it's just everything's a little
That's
bit
cool.
smoother and
You
calmer.
gotta hit me with that app off the air.
I got you. There's another one that they advertise like everywhere. Probably more for me because they watch my shit and they see
Yeah.
I've been meditating.
That's
So
third
they-
eye.
but that one looks cool too. So I might try that out too. But yeah, I'll let you know, and they'll be our first sponsor.
Yeah. You never know.
Dude, that'd be cool, man.
Until then, no names get mentioned on there.
No names.
Get no clout. That's hilarious. So I want to hit you with something.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I was going through. I'm kind of bad about this. If any of my Nurse Bass folk are out there watching this right now, you can probably testify to the fact that sometimes I can be a little bit bad about replying to messages and stuff like that because I get a lot of emails and messages and comments, and
We all are.
I got a baby. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
time's limited. But I was going through these unread ones, and I came across one that I kind of wanted to run past you and get your opinions on. And also, coincidentally, my man's name is Shane. So
Oh, really?
there's that, yeah. So he says, hey, I'm 27 years old, and I'm a New York State correction officer. I got into law enforcement because... Oh, and by the way, Peg, throw the screenshot here on the screen.
There you go.
I got into law enforcement because my entire family is, so I thought I'll just follow in their footsteps.
Yep.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted to be a nurse, and I wanted to work in the OR and possibly be a nurse practitioner one day. So my man wants to go into healthcare.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm 27, almost 28, right? So we can kind of vibe with this. And I'm terrified to start on a new career journey. Any advice on taking the step? It's life-changing, and I'm just so terrified since I'm already almost 30. I know it's what I want, but I'm sure I'm not the only one who has done a career change like this late in life. Am I crazy for doing this? I just figured I'd ask you.
That's awesome that you submitted that. That's what we want to do with this show. We want to have like some fan submissions and give our opinions, and if we're able to help, that would be awesome. If we make it worse for you, So that's awesome that you're aware of the fact that you have aspirations to do something else, and that you have this yearning, like a deeper yearning to do something that's more towards your things that you find that you get gratitude from, and a dream that you want to go after. The truth is, I know the way that you look at it, you see it as he said, like this late in life.
Yeah.
But dude, that is not late in life. You're at the perfect spot to where, if you think about the full lifespan that you have, how long do you have to dedicate?
You're not even at the pinnacle.
How long do you have to dedicate to do what it is that he wants to do?
If you're talking about all in all, he's probably looking at 6 years.
So 6 years of a sacrifice to do something that, after those 6 years, that will be your career. That will be something that you never have to be like, fuck. Like, think about if you had to do something that you weren't happy for the next 30 years. So
it's a no-brainer then.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Don't think so short-term of like, something that's probably fueling how you're feeling is fear. Fear that you're maybe you can't, or maybe it's not the right move. But if it's something that you love, when you're there every day, it'll all be worth it. Yeah. I know I'm kind of like rambling, but there's a lot of different reasons that you should go after what you believe in.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you'll live with that regret for long after those 6 years would have been. It's a small sacrifice in the grand scheme of things.
It's a very small sacrifice in the grand scheme of things, for sure. It's one of the takeaways I took from my dad. He told me, he was like, my wife had already graduated from nursing school, and so she was already a nurse. And he's like, look at your wife, like, all you gotta do is sacrifice 4 years of your life and you'll have a career. And that's what he told me. And it put it into such perspective for me. It was like, that makes perfect sense, because I did have that perspective that it's such a short amount of time in this long lifetime that I have. Let me just go ahead and do it if it's what I want to do, and boom, I'll be done, and I'll be sailing, in the career that I want.
And you're done.
Now, specifically for that, like 4 years to complete prerequisites and nursing school, and then another 2 years to do your grad school to become an NP. Like 6 years, man, and you're about to be 28 years old, right? I think you'll be 34, 35 years old. Hell, even if you were 40, man.
Dude.
That's what I'm saying. You're not even at your pinnacle. You're not even there. And aside from this guy, which I appreciate you, Shane, for submitting this question. But aside from him, I've got a lot of comments from people much older than him who are like, man, I really want to go back to school, or I want to pursue this career or that career. I feel like I'm too old, 45, 50 years old. Like, if that's what you want to do and that's what's going to bring you happiness for however much longer you have on this earth,
you got to do it.
That's it. That's the name of the game.
And think about the more years you wait, the further it gets pushed back.
You could have been done.
If you waited until you were 30 to finally get into it, shit, that's 2 years. You would have already been a third of the way there.
For sure. Great way to look at
it. Dude, go after it, bro. Go after something you believe in, especially if you're in a line of work that like was kind of handed down to you and you didn't necessarily choose that. Dude, you could do it, man. And you're in charge of your life, your future. Don't let other things like your family and fear and, all those things that combine stop you from doing what it is that you believe, especially if you take the step to reach out to him, somebody who inspires you that, dude, believe me, this guy wasn't like some guy who just had it all figured out and was just like, oh, I'm going to do this and this is going to happen. Like, he had those same things that held him back, but he just did it and, you know, made it happen, true. Man. So just do it, man. Just do it. What's his name? Shane?
Shane.
Come on. From one Shane to another Shane? Dude, I know it's scary, but do it. Do it.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, it's funny that you touched on that, talking about, you know, things being handed down in the family. I also had another comment from somebody else talking about just in general asking for advice on how to continue the pursuit of your dreams, whatever that might be, a job or whatever, when it's in direct conflict with what your family believes. Like your family's not being supportive of you, your family doesn't feel like you should do that. It kind of goes along the same lines of that.
Yeah, and that's going to happen with like everything that you do. And the truth is that once you make it happen and your family sees that you succeed in it, they'll go back and understand that they were wrong. And if they don't, they're just being hard-headed.
Yeah.
Like, somebody who truly loves you wants the best for you. And if what's the best for you is doing something that makes you happy, that's what they should support.
Yeah.
And if they don't, I hate to say it, but fuck them.
Yeah, like, I mean, one of the things that I've said in the past is, and it's very fuck them.
For real,
it's
bro.
very, yeah. I mean, that's ultimately what I'm gonna get at. But you know, it's much easier said than done.
Of course, everything is
cutting ties from blood. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if they like, okay, so like you were saying,
what's the alternative?
What is love, right? Like if they love you and cared about you and just what is it? They want you to be happy, right?
Yeah.
Like anybody that you love, ultimately, regardless of whatever decision they make about their life or whatever, you ultimately just want them to be happy and have a good life. And even if it's your parents and they're in such conflict with what you're wanting to do that they're not supportive of it, knowing that that's what you want and to pursue, it's easier said than done. But I mean, sometimes you may just very well have to cut ties, like.
And if you're going after something that you believe in, you got our fucking support, okay? So that's two people on your side. Maybe they don't matter as much as your family,
yeah,
but it's something.
And if I've learned anything growing up is that family ain't always blood.
Yeah.
And actually, for me anyway, the majority of the people in my life, family's not blood. So, I mean, you know, and like I'm saying, don't go like tell your mom to go fuck herself or anything like that.
But nothing like that. But what's the alternative? The alternative would be to, okay, try to make these people happy and do something that you're not going to be happy with.
Yeah.
And then you live out the rest of your days just wondering what if.
Yeah. Filled with regret.
Yeah.
And that is...
J. Cole says, the only thing worse than death is a regret-filled coffin.
Yeah.
So try before you die or always wonder what if.
I mean, it's true, man. It's true. I don't always bring up Gary Vee, but he said he's gone around in old folks' home. He's like this. The worst thing to hear is people talk about regret and things that they wish they had always done.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that in one way, shape, form, or another, we're all going to have regrets about things that we did or didn't do.
Probably more that we did. Like,
yeah. So try not to make your regrets things that you didn't do. You've got the power within you right now to do them, and if it's what you want to do and it's what you want to pursue, you should go for it, man. Why? Because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy.
Yeah, you really do.
That's the foundation.
Anyway. Especially if you're working towards something. Like, you should never feel bad about that, no matter what it is.
Right.
Like, you really shouldn't. You're doing something positive for your life. There's no reason to feel bad about that. Like, you know, if we didn't do this, I would have regret for my life.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts all the time. I would just, for the rest of my days, I would just wonder what if.
Yep.
So this is a lot easier than what it is that you're trying to do. But the key is to If you're trying to better yourself in your situation, go after it.
Yeah.
And there's going to be naysayers along the way, and it sucks that it's your families that it's your family that is the naysayers, but that shouldn't stop you.
I don't think his family's the naysayers.
So who is?
It was somebody. It wasn't Shane. It was another subscriber.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you said
I
his
guess you were talking
family
about-
was against it.
No, not Shane's.
No, not Shane. I was
Yeah,
talking
the
about
other
the other
person.
guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No, yeah, Shane, you got a good family, bro.
Yeah, man.
They just like being a correctional officer.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, that's dope, man. That's what we want. We want you guys to. We're gonna open up to you guys, so we want you guys to open up to us. You know, we'll answer your questions, and if you have questions about us, we'll answer that too. So, you know, we can't get to all of them, but we'll pick a couple out.
But yeah, be sure if you want, and if you need any advice, you just want to talk about anything, or if you just want this to be a platform for ventilation where you can just put it out there, just leave it down in the comments below. We'll touch on it. Or you can shoot us an email, which is in the description page, our about page, but it's stop the ship. Peg, put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen.
Stop the ship pod at Gmail. You can submit questions there and let us know if you want your name included or not.
Yeah.
And we'll get to it.
Submit whatever you want.
No nudes. No dick pics.
We'll take it. We'll take it all.
That we'll have Peg filter through them. So guys, we appreciate you tuning in, man, and hanging out with us today.
Oh, yeah.
Just spending a little bit of time with us. Should be weekly drops from here on out, so be sure to hit that little bell.
Hell yeah.
Peg, leave it on the screen. Hit that little bell to be sure that you get notified anytime that we drop another podcast. Next episode should be coming next week.
Throw a like down there.
It's your boy Brad.
Shane.
It's your boy Shane. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Debo estar listo